guys, happy weekend. Good morning. I hope you have a lovely weekend, okay? I think that this throw is good. I think for some of you, though, it's going to be a hard hit to reality of I don't feel it's intentional, but sometimes I think that people let anger get the best of them, and instead of pursuing through hurdles or blaming other people or whatever it is that you think has held you back, the main thing that can only really hold us back is ourselves. And I know I'm going to get kickback from that, but it's the honest truth. I'm not going to sell you a bad bill of goods here. I'm not going to make Cinderella's slipper fit when, in fact, you may have done this to yourself, right? So all the woulda, coulda, shouldas, instead of applying yourself and putting up proper boundaries and getting yourself where you want to go, I think the harsh reality for some of you now may be that doors, potentials, opportunities are starting to present themselves, but because you may not have invested yourself wisely, you may realize that you don't have the credentials to do the things that you wanted to do, or you don't have the financial means to do the things that you wanted to do, or now the great storefront that you wanted to open opens and you hadn't been working towards it because you weren't planning properly. You didn't move it from daydream stage to let me get a plan in place, right? And for some of you, I think that that's going to be a sad, harsh reality here. And I'm only putting it out there because you know what, guys? It's a harsh reality, but just realize it now and then start to move it forward. This won't be the only opportunity that presents itself. If you plan properly, though, if you get your ducks in a row, like if you get your day-to-day stuff going in a good direction, that's why when someone is trying to do something, my advice is don't jump from A to Z. What is your planning process and how are you going to get there? You know what I mean? Because if you do it little by little by little, you acquire the means, the time, the financing, the contracts, the wherewithal, the knowledge, the skill set to do these things because you've paced yourself and you've diligently applied yourself to these things. But when you don't do that and you think it's a hurdle and you really don't put your best effort forward, this is kind of what happens here. It's the harsh reality of SOB. I cannot get ahead of myself here, but we need to really take an honest look at ourselves. And I know that nobody really wants to look at negative stuff, but I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt. If you put yourself in this situation, you can absolutely get yourself out. You know what I mean? I know we all have obligations in life. And I know that people are saying right now, well, I don't have the money for this, or I don't have the money for this. It's due to poor planning. I'm just going to put it out there. It's due to poor planning. If you just sometimes, you know what I'll say to someone, and this is going to be a little bit longer of a reading because I can propel you forward if you just hear what I have to say and you critique it for your life. Okay. Sometimes people will say to me when they're trying to get ahead on something, and I'll say, well, you know what? You need to bring your expenses then down to bare bones. I'm not saying pitch a tent out in a park. I'm just saying, though, you've got to pull things back that you don't feel are luxuries. You've got to pull them back to bare bones. You know what I mean? Going with simple internet, cutting down your phone plan, going without cable or going to bare bones. You need to, streamline your grocery budget. You need to streamline things. And they're not pleasant, but it all depends. Again, are you willing to move a mountain for something that you want? You know what I mean? That's where the hiccup comes in, because the answer to that will either make this the greatest day of your life or a big regret of your life here. Because I think what's happening is you're being presented with an opportunity here, but I think that you're being held back, or you feel like you're being held back. For some of you, you've got family obligations here. I'm not talking immediate family. I'm talking like you've got overbearing responsibilities on you that don't need to be on you. If you're, and I know this is going to sound cold too, but if you're, if you live out on your own and you are still at the beck and call of your parents and it's now affecting your life and it's been affecting your life, you need to put up some proper boundaries there, because you may have someone that truly does care about you, but they're extremely overbearing. You know what I mean? You're an adult now. You don't need to have the responsibilities of a parent on you to the point where it's a detriment to your life, right? We all make different choices. I'm not telling you what to do or what to not do, but I can see the little hiccups here where it's like a huge dysfunction in someone's life that is holding you back. And you're a player in here because it's your life. So I can't discount that you've got to take responsibility for this. Sometimes that shows up, though, in a way of instead of taking it in a constructive manner, just saying, enough, basta, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get my life going in the direction that it wants to go. We flip to the anger, and we flip to resentment, and we flip to the blame game. But that's all well and good, but it's not going to get you anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's just not going to get you anywhere. So get back in the driver's seat of your life. You've got the Sun card here we come in with, and you've got the Seven of Cups, our energies, right? You want to pull on, again, exactly the reason I went through that big rant is because you want to look at that. You want to look at that cluster of what have I done with my life here? You know what I mean? And drive it forward in a different direction. Because if you don't look at everything that I just spewed out, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to repeat past mistakes. And I'll tell you right now, I think for some of you, what's happening here is a great opportunity is applying. You've got an opportunity here to move. You've got opportunity here for higher learning. You've got opportunity here for jobs, movements. You've got major moves here. It can even be to foreign countries, right? Places at a distance from where you are at currently. But I think here with the Judgment card, the Two of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune, I think that it's a rude awakening here that the opportunity has presented itself, but you're not able to take advantage of it because as that wheel passed through your life many times, you didn't take advantage of the opportunities to fix things. You did nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing productive in a way that gets your life going, and that is a kick in the teeth. The Judgment card with the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune is saying that I should have had the wake-up call a long time ago. I shouldn't have held these resentments. I shouldn't have held on to this something, whatever it is, relationships, jobs, houses, people, places, things, whatever. I should have taken care of this. And the sad fact is, though, that, you know what? The Two of Swords, now you can take care of it. It's a hard reality hit for now, but use it as a lesson to propel you forward. For others of you, I think you've got green lights and blue skies because I think that opportunities are presenting themselves and you've chosen wisely. You've crossed your T's, you've dotted your I's, you've gone slow, you haven't tried to blow through the village. You know what I mean? It's been very we-oriented, as in give and take dynamics. You know what I mean? Listening to advice from people when they offer it to you. Not thinking that you know it all. Kind of working as a team, because that Sun card, it says that a lot of the obstacles in here are passing. They're going through. It's joy, it's happiness for those of you that have put the work in, you know, and for the others of you that are going to, you know, I'm sorry, but it's a hard hit to reality. We don't always make the wisest choices. But when something like this presents itself again and you get that knot in your stomach, like, wow, I blew it. You didn't blow it. You just didn't do so well the first time out of the gate. But use that as a stepping stone, because these are the areas in our lives where we don't pass through again, because they sting so bad and they give us, we will move a mountain for it now. That's what I'm saying. So use it as that. You have to get mad enough sometimes and pissed enough and uncomfortable enough sometimes to use that firepower as courage. That's when we want to use Mars's I'm going to blow through the village here as courage. To get your crap together with Saturn, right, and do the work. Slow and steady, I'll get my life together. You know, it takes a lot of responsibility to put yourself before a lot of other things. Sometimes we just get wrapped up in stuff and we really don't put ourselves on the radar. And it takes a hell of a lot more energy to sit and contemplate and be still and think about the things that you want than it does to keep going forward. You know what I mean? But you need the drop spot there to be able to get your ducks in a row. Now, the Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, again, next to that Sun card, in a positive, that's working well with others. That's working well within the confines of needing to do things slow and steady. You see the small wall in the back of the Sun card? I'm only pointing it out there because that's a representation of Saturn. Restrictions. Needing to do things in accordance to how they need to be done. You can't just, you don't have an open rein. To do something, you need the skill set for it, right? To acquire this, you need to get whatever, contracts to get this going. To repair my house, I need work permits. You know what I mean? You need certain things to get certain things going forward. For others of you, my gosh, you have green lights, blue skies, job opportunities are coming in for you. Real estate opportunities are coming in for you. Moves are coming in for you. Successes are coming in for you. Others of you, you've got to put down some serious boundaries here, and you've got to start walking your talk. You know what I mean? That page of swords, the page of coins is the opportunity. It's starting something, a whole new chapter. But given that it shows up crossed by the Empress, it's the bursting out of it, but it needs a drop spot. You need the plan. You need the legwork to put into it. And that's when the 6 comes along, and it's the victory. But it's a slow victory, and it's a victory for now. They're bits and pieces for points and times in life. It's a 6. It's stable, but it's not going to stay there. You want to propel it forward. And that's what, I think that on Sunday it hits you pretty hard. Time is relevant, so it can go on from there. This is something pretty big where I think that you've just, you've got choices with the Judgment card, the 2 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. You've got some choices here to go forward with something, right? I think you've got great opportunities, and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm scared. Should I do it? Should I not do it? This is a great opportunity to go for it. There's nothing that would tie you up in here. Nothing. So if someone is, woulda, coulda, shouldaing you and, poo-pooing on your victory day, don't let that happen, because this is a great opportunity for you. It pulls things forward. It clears blocks that have been put in your place. On a positive, this is a yes, joy, harmony, happiness. Some of you, you've got some family secrets that come out. I think they're more just ew than shocking. You know what I mean? Things like that. But what family doesn't have something like that? Anyhow, I think it's a mixed bag of tricks. For some of you, I think it's phenomenal. I think it really pulls off yesterday's reading for sure. For some of you, you want it. You just didn't put the legwork in, but that's okay. You can do it now. Use the PO'd attitude that you've got, like I'm pissed off about this, and use that to pull it forward. Use that to get your ducks in a row. I think this is a phenomenal reading. I could not be happier to deliver it. We've all been in that spot where we've missed the mark. So don't think that you can't get ahead from here. You can. It's just going to take diligent work. I'm telling you now. You can absolutely do it. If these are finances that you've tripped yourself up about, there are absolutely ways out of that. I can 100+% tell you that, right? They're just not easy, and they take some time. Skill sets take time, but these opportunities will present themselves again. So for some of you, I'm beyond grateful to deliver this for you, and I'm so happy that you get to do what you've wanted to do. For others of you, just buckle down, and you'll get this again, I assure you. Okay, so there you go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay, thank you so much. There's also, guys, there are contracts in here. So if you are signing those today on Saturday, you should be okay. Just really, really watch the things that you're signing and know what because I think they may come in really quick and they may go out really quick. So be careful. Just make sure you're seeing what you're really seeing, okay? Use your peepers. Okay, thank you so much.